Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Lazy Cat Reactions. We have finally made it. The season 8 finale of Heartland. Written in stone. Amy and Ty's wedding. I said basically from the first video that I knew Amy and Ty ended up together, so I was fine with whatever hurdles came their way, and they had some, you know? The whole first season of will they, won't they, the kiss at the end of the first season, and then still more of the will they, won't they, him dating Kit, which was ridiculous, and then them finally getting together and still needing to find their own paths, breaking up in season 4, getting back together in season 5, getting engaged in season 6, her accident in season 7, Ahmed making a move and causing them to take a break in season 8, and of course realizing that they were being stupid and getting back together. So they've been through a lot over the past 8 seasons, and it's finally here. I'm so excited to finally get to see them tie the knot. And I know it's not going to be all sunshine and roses after this. I know that there's still going to be pitfalls and hurdles that they are going to have to get through, but they'll get through it together because they're going to be husband and wife. And you know, marriage unfortunately now is no longer a guarantee, which I think it's kind of funny how people still make the thought, still have the belief that when they get married it's forever. Which obviously it's not when the divorce rate is 50%. So people really need to reconsider that whole this is forever. You know, they kind of fool themselves. Because look at Lou and Peter. They got married thinking, oh, it's going to last. And now here they are, like, they got married at the end of season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what, about 5 years they spent together? And now they're being stupid and separating. So, I know this isn't a guarantee, but I think Amy and Ty, as far as I know, they stay together and they stay married all the way up until his death. Which, even though I know Ty dies, it's still going to be rough. I'm probably still going to be sad about it, even though I know it's coming. But as far as I know, they stay happily married, so you know, it's kind of nice seeing that you're going to have Lou and Peter as the couple that didn't make it, and then Amy and Ty as the couple who did. And as we know, they were always endgame, you know, even from the beginning. And like I said, when I started the show, I knew about them. I knew that they ended up together because I had been showing some interest in the show. And so there was a little bit that I saw even before I started. Because, you know, I'd be like Heartland. And so a little bit of stuff would pop up. So I knew basically about them, that they were the couple and endgame. So after this, everything they do, they're going to do together because they're going to be husband and wife. It's not going to be easy. You know, isn't that first year of marriage still the honeymoon phase? So they're still going to be in the honeymoon phase. And then there's going to be challenges and stuff for them. But given everything they've gone through to get here, we know they'll be okay. So this episode, again, titled Written in Stone, the description says, Lou is determined to give Amy and Ty the wedding of their dreams, but a host of last-minute obstacles make her job unexpectedly challenging. So I'm hoping the last-minute obstacles include things like her and Peter realizing that they're being dumb and getting back together. And I said this before, I don't completely believe Ahmed is gone, and I'm wondering if we're going to see him in this. Or later in the future, who knows, maybe he shows up in season 9 or 10. But it just seems to me that he gave up too easily. And I'm not saying that like I'm rooting him on. Although if she wasn't with Ty, I would be like, yeah, you should be with Ahmed. But it just seems like he gave up too easily. You know, he said he loved Amy, but then he just like let her go that easily. He didn't like try to pursue anything. It just seems kind of odd. So we'll see. So he could be a last minute obstacle. We'll see. And of course at the end of the last episode it made it look like Amy and Ty were getting ready to elope. I don't think they did. I don't think they went through it. I think they thought about it again and were like, yeah, we need to do the wedding. But maybe they did, and they're still going to go through the wedding and still have the huge ceremony. But I bet that they changed their minds at the last minute. But that was definitely a good way to kind of keep us on the hook for the next episode. The wedding is here. Let's get started. Why is he sitting alone? He's sitting alone because they didn't go through with it.
Hey, who's finally awake?
I haven't slept like that in weeks. Thanks for making tea.
No problem. There's bacon and eggs keep warm in the oven if you want some.
Nice.
Can I expect this every morning?
I like how they were keeping the dress in secret. They don't want you to see it, of course, until she's wearing it, which makes sense. You know, it's funny with shows that they know just kind of how superficial the women are. Because it's like, what do we care about? We care about the dress. We care about the ring and stuff like that. It's like, we're so damn superficial. It's like, it makes me think about Twilight when Bella got married to Edward. And they gave you like little previews of what the dress was going to look like. But then of course you didn't actually get to see it until it was on. But like they knew that this was going to be a big deal. And that they had to put all this detail and stuff. And apparently Kristen Stewart still got a say in what Bella was gonna wear, which I thought was good because she was the one wearing it. So it's good that they let her have a say in it. And it was a beautiful dress. But you know, think about like, it's like, yeah, they're gonna hold off on showing you like the dress or anything because we women are superficial and they're gonna make us go the whole episode before we see it. So I'm just thinking about that. Like, yeah, we are pretty superficial. What do we care about? The dress, the ring, the stuff that overall is unimportant. That's what we focus on. My horse is still a challenge.
It's going to take a lot longer than I expected for this guy to come around. Well, you can't give up on him. It'll just make things worse. He'll think no one in the whole world cares about him.
That's all he needs is time. He needs someone to know that someone cares about.
Georgie's worried about you. You have to learn to trust us.
He will. Just give him more time.
You okay?
These are over it. I think you should let him retire.
Yeah, let him retire. You can still ride him, just... I think maybe Jack was talking a bit about himself there. Deserved a little peace and quiet. But, yeah, I mean... The horse can... still... I mean, they retire him from... What is it? The cattle driving or whatever. But he can still be out there. He can still go out and eat and go out to pasture. Just because he's retiring because the arthritis doesn't mean that he's dead. And I was a little worried that Ty was going to suggest actually putting him down. But retiring is a little different because, like I said, he could still have several good years on him. just being more of a leisure horse. Doesn't mean he can't still take him on walks and stuff, just maybe not as far. I mean, obviously, even though the horse has arthritis, walking for him still has to be good. I mean, I have arthritis in my knees, and I still like try to go work out and everything, and do what I can to help it. I know eventually the arthritis will get worse, but I figure if I can still like use my knees and work out and such like that, it's gonna still help improve them a bit and give it mobility. So kind of the same thing with this horse is he's got this arthritis. Yes, it's getting worse, so yeah, retire him from the hard stuff, but still maybe, take him on a short walk or a short ride, and if you normally go 50 miles or 50 acres, go 10. He's still out, he's still getting exercise. I mean, horses need to get exercise. Still take him out, let him have exercise and stuff like that, and then have him come back. He's not dead. He's not completely useless. But I think for Jack, it's something because, that he's had that horse so long that he thinks if he needs to retire it, maybe he feels like it's retiring himself.
Where is Katie's other shoe?
Oh, beautiful. They did a great job. He's got his suit on. Glove, a hat, of course, because it's winter. Beautiful. You'd think Ty would have had Peter as one of the groomsmen. I like they got Caleb there. Sugarfoot! Sugarfoot! And she's riding in on Spartan. I love it. Love that coat.
Amy and Ty have written their own vows. Please, go ahead when you're both ready. Deep breath.
I like that Ty got his suit.
You are my best friend, and I promise to love you and cherish you.
Woohoo! Ty and Amy Board tearing up a little bit with that whole thing for the wedding. They actually did it rather early because we're about 30 minutes in. There's still 13 minutes to go. You'd think that would have been like at the end. So kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen with the last 13 minutes. But they did it! They're finally husband and wife. And they had some really nice vows there. And like I said, I like that Jeff was there. Yeah, I'm sure it was more that he came for Georgie, but still he is part of the family now. When they adopted Georgie, they also in a way adopted Jeff. And I like that they are including him in things, like I was wondering if he was going to come to the wedding, and he did, and I think that's great. I wish that Lily and Wade would have made it, and maybe we'll hear something about why they didn't. Because, when I was looking there at the cast list, obviously it was a big cast because it's a big event, but I kept expecting to see Megan Follows and, was it Ian Tracy? I kept expecting to see their names because of being Wade's, or being Ty's parents. So, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't see them. But, yep, it is written in stone. Because they were written in stone from day one. It kind of, after this, it kind of makes me want to go back and rewatch the first episode for that first meeting, because I know that they kind of got after each other a bit, but you could tell that there was still that instant attraction. I mean, you knew right away that it was going to be them. And they finally got to it. And I love how she wrote up on Spartan. That was great.
Serena, it is so great to see you. I can't believe you came all the way from England.
I wouldn't have missed it. You know that.
I'm glad Soraya made it.
Congratulations, Ty. What a day.
Thanks for being here, Clint. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's nice of them to come.
I would like to officially introduce Ty and
Oh, there's
to the
Stephen.
first dance as husband and
Mallory's not there. You think they would have invited Mallory and Jake? I mean, maybe they did, and they. That was a nice little subtle thing they did there. You know, they opened it and then closed it, and you're assuming at that point that it's the whole big bow chicka bow wow. So now they're gonna consummate and make the marriage official. Like I said, you know, I commented about how Lily and Wade weren't there and how Mallory wasn't there. So I'd like that they still name dropped them, you know, Ty's parents, and then they said email like from Mallory and whatnot. So yeah, I like that we still got that. There wasn't anything from Ashley, but that's okay. And I like how Val basically was saying that she now accepts Caleb. You know, she told him, I never thought you were good enough for Ashley, but I do now. She's never been as happy as she was with you. Which you could tell that Caleb liked hearing that. And it had to be said a few years later. You know, if she had said that to him right after they'd broken up, he wouldn't have believed it. Because, you know, he would have been like, well, if she was happy with me, then why are we breaking up? But now that, you know, a few years have gone by and he's had a chance to move on, it's something to hear. Yeah. And I like how Val is now kind of helping him out. You never know, she might still consider him her son-in-law, even though they're divorced and she never really considered him that before. It looks like maybe she's come around.
What?
Paris.
To France?
Are you kidding?
And this is the key to my home in Toulon. It actually opens the door to the house. And it's all yours. And the car is coming this afternoon, so
What?
pack if I were you.
This is unbelievable.
Wow, Lisa.
Thank you.
We're going to France.
Yeah.
Love the art. I mean, what happened to Lobo? They never explained it. Lobo just disappeared. You would also think Shane would have been there. Being. Well, I'm not liking the start of season 9. It says Peter and Lou hire lawyers in their custody dispute. So apparently, yeah, they're going to have this whole custody thing, which means obviously that these last few moments haven't really meant anything. I like how they were playing Taylor Swift there at the end with her song, The Best Is Yet to Come, which was a good fit for it. And of course the title of the first episode of season 9 is Brave New World, which is basically what it's going to be for Amy and Ty. It's kind of a brave new world that they're married. I do wonder if anyone knows the answer to this, please inform me in the comments. But I do wonder if they asked Jessica Amley, the actress who played Mallory, to come back and she couldn't, and maybe the actor who played Jake, along with Megan Follows, because you would really think that they would have been there, and maybe they were asked and couldn't make it, had other commitments. But I mean, the fact that they brought Soraya back for that, and like I said, the other thing you would think would have happened is that Shane would have been there, because Shane is their brother, or their half-brother. So, it seems like they always miss someone. And again, maybe they invited Shane. Would have been nice to have gotten that confirmation, because, you know, he said something about Lily and Wade, and then said something about Mallory, and it would have been nice if he'd said, oh, and you got a letter from Shane, or something. Because for something like that, I would think that Shane would want to be there, since Amy is his sister. I mean, hell, Jeff is there. Jeff isn't even related by blood. Alright? And he showed up. And I like how he commented to her about, comment to Georgie that he says, they might get back together. And she says, no, they're not. And he's like, well. But again, the way they were acting, it's like, they might. Maybe they will, even though I don't like seeing this about their custody dispute, maybe they will still get their heads out of their asses. It's not looking good, but maybe they will. And I hate seeing that, because it's like, in their custody dispute, it's like, what, I guess there would be but custody dispute implies divorce, and even though they had talked about being separated, they didn't actually officially file for divorce, unless that's what we're going to find out. So now we're going to have, of course, some problems with that. There's going to be more fighting as they go through that, where it seemed like maybe there was a bit of a reconciliation. So Amy and Ty finally did it. They are married. And I said at the end of season 7 that I was then halfway through the show, at least halfway through the show on Netflix, because it has 14 seasons on Netflix. Now that I am done with season 8, I'm halfway through Heartland in general, because as we know, at the time of this recording right here, they are showing season 16. It is airing in Canada. So technically I'm a little farther, because they've finished through season 15 and they're now airing season 16. So technically I'm a little farther than halfway, but once season 16 ends, then of course I'll be halfway. But then by the time season 16 ends, I will hopefully be through season 9. So I hope that made sense. It did to me, at least in my head. But yeah, with season 8, finishing season 8 puts me halfway done with Heartland. And it just makes me think about everything that they've been through and everything that's left to go. Because even with being halfway, there's still so much that is going to happen, Now we've got Amy and Ty navigating married life. We've got Lou and Peter being stupid and going through some sort of custody thing. We've got Caleb moving on with Cassie. And hopefully more moments with Jack and Lisa. So, halfway through, but still a lot to go. I do truly love the show. I'm glad that I finally got to Amy and Ty's wedding. It felt like forever, especially when I started. And as I said from the beginning, I knew that they got married, but it just felt like it was so far away. And I started filming this, I think, in like January or February of this year, 2022. And it's now October, as you can tell from my Halloween leggings. So, what, about 8 months? About that, 9 months? It's about right. A few little breaks in between. Thank you for joining me for the season 8 finale of Heartland, written in stone, Amy and Ty's wedding. I cannot wait to see where married life is going to take them. If you enjoyed this reaction, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell if you are watching this on YouTube. Check out some of my other videos. I have a nice variety. At least I think it's a nice variety for you. Also follow me on Instagram and TikTok of the same name, Lazy Cow Reactions. If you're looking for an editor, my editor could be perfect for your needs. Click on her link in the description. And also I am on Buy Me a Coffee if you are able to do a one-time donation, or if you do want to support me monthly. I am on Patreon, although by the time this episode airs, I may have closed my Patreon. So if you are wanting to support me on Patreon and you go there and you can't find Lazy Cat Reactions, you'll know why. But you should still be able to support me on Buy Me a Coffee. I'd love to be able to get more equipment and continue making these, and if nothing else, the money will help my caffeine addiction, and you know, a caffeinated Molly is a good Molly. I have truly enjoyed this adventure. I was hooked on the show from the first episode. I am in love with this show, and I'm so happy I decided to do it for my reactions. And I've got so much more to go, and I cannot wait to continue on with the story of the Bartletts and the Flemings and the Bordens, and continue on this with you as well. And I hope that you will stick around for the rest of my Heartland reactions. At the time of this filming, it is of course close to Halloween, so I am wearing Halloween attire. I've got my Jack Skellington mug. You can see I got some Halloween decor. When this goes up, I don't know. It might be close to Halloween when this goes up, or it might just be a regular day in the summer. So at the time of this recording, I will say Happy Halloween, and whenever this airs, happy day, whatever it is. Spring day, summer day, fall day, Christmas, Halloween, whatever. Happy day to you. I hope you are all safe and well. I cannot wait to continue. We have a slight break here, as I do after every season, and I'll start with season 9. As I said, with filming this is October, so I'll probably start season 9 here in November. So November, new month, will bring a whole new season of Heartland with new challenges and possibilities. Cannot wait. Thank you so much for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye.